Okay, girls, we're going to keep going here. I like to call this extra stuff. This is going to help us answer more complicated questions. So what we're going to do is we're going to graph this relationship first. And then it says carefully draw another line that is perpendicular to that line. Remember, perpendicular lines that meet, at a 90-degree angle. But let's just do this part first. Okay, so the y-intercept is positive 3. Just put our dot there. The slope is 2 or 2 over 1. So rise 2, run 1. And that is going to be our line. So this is y equals 2x plus 3. Okay, so we can do that now. We've done lots of practice. So then what they want us to do is draw another line that's perpendicular to this. Right? Remember, perpendicular. And then write this relation for the new line in y equals mx plus b. So if we're going to have a perpendicular line, we need to have the inverse opposite of the first. So which means is we're going to take this. This is our original line. And we're just talking about the inverse opposite here. So what we're going to need is the inverse of 2 is 1/2 opposite sign. So it's going to be a negative half x plus 3. So that's what we're going to look at doing. Negative half x plus 3. Okay, so let's graph that one. Okay, so the y-intercept stays the same. It's going to be 3, but we're going to fall 1 and run 2. From 3. Fall 1, run 2. Now we can draw our line. And without using our protractor or anything like this will cut at a 90-degree angle. So now this is y equals negative 1/2 x plus 3. So those are perpendicular lines. And then I've got a bunch of questions that we're going to do, but there's one other thing I want to point out. If you ever have to calculate the slope on paper, because it wasn't given to you in a question and they're just going to give you coordinates, it would look like this. Slope, or m, equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So hang on, I can show you all that. Okay, so I'm going to go back to one of the graphs that we did earlier. I'm going to pick the blue line. So the blue line is y equals 2x plus 2. Let's pretend that we don't have the slope, but we have 2 points. So on this blue line, let's pick 2 points. I'm going to pick this point here, 0, 2. And another point on that line would be 1, 4. Okay, do you see how I'm picking 2 points? 0, 2 is that point. 1,4 is that point. And we can use this formula to calculate the slope of this line. And the y-intercept, by the way. Okay, so let's just call this, remember that's an x and a y, an x and a y. This is point number 1, and that's point number 2. Okay, so we need to take the y value of point 2, that's 4. The y value of point 1 is 2. And we're going to divide that over the x value of point 2, which is 1, and the x value of point 1, which is 0. 4 take away 2 is 2. 1 take away 0 is 1. So there, right there. That's our slope. And we calculated it just from using 2 points. How can we calculate the y-intercept? Well, let's try. We know the y-intercept is how much? 2. So let's see if we can calculate that. So we have to use our formula. We're looking for the b value. Okay? So let's just take a point. I'm going to take the 1,4. I could use the 0, 2. And we have a slope. We just calculated it. It's 2. So let's plug some things in there. What's the y-coordinate? 4 is equal to slope is 2. The x-coordinate of the same ordered pair is 1 plus b. So 4 is equal to 1 times 2. Now we're just solving an equation. Let's move this 2 to the other side. So those are gone. 2 is our b value, and it's right here. This is our b value. And on our graph, 2 is right there. Okay, so just keep that in mind because these questions are going to get more difficult now, okay? Alrighty.